بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. There is no doubt that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was the keenest and most mindful of people when it came to time. He was the leader of this ummah. He used to lead and manage armies and direct tens of thousands of his companions to what Allah the Exalted accepts. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would oversee the many details of his companions' affairs. He would visit the sick, attend funerals, help the needy, support the orphan, teach, answer questions, and solve the problems of the people. If we look at all of these matters, we will see and recognize that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do it all every day. Therefore, he was indeed the most diligent in valuing and utilizing time, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nevertheless, he was a husband in a house, alayhi salatu wassalam, and he used to show kindness and affection to his wives and family members, despite his mind being occupied with managing the affairs of this entire nation, the responsibility with which he was entrusted. And with that, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to get up at night to worship Allah the Exalted. He would divide the night into parts, seeking to be closer in obedience to Allah the Glorified and Exalted through prayer and recitation of the Book of Allah. The mercy and compassion of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam did not stop at the living. Rather, it extended to the Muslims who passed away as well. For indeed, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam made time to visit the cemetery often and supplicated for the Muslims buried therein. Whoever looks into the Prophet's biography and his life will know beyond any doubt that he benefited greatly from his time. And how would he not, when he is the best, most intelligent, most God-fearing, and most devoted slave of Allah the Exalted. He received prophethood at 40 years of age and died at 63 years of age, alayhi salatu wassalam. He was given the ability and all the tools necessary to do what no man could have ever done in 23 lunar years. He is the best creation of Allah, the greatest prophet and messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the best role model anyone can have, and it is a great honor for us to be from his nation. Prophet MuHammad alayhi salatu wassalam is the best example for us to learn how to utilize our time. Therefore, when the people of understanding and knowledge learned the importance of time and learned the biography of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, which we only mentioned fragments of now, they made sure to spend their breaths on what brought them closer to Allah Azza wa Jal in obedience. They spent their lives doing whatever aided them in attaining the acceptance of Allah the Exalted, and they gave priority to whatever was more important. What is more important so that I can spend this hour on it instead of spending it on something else, which is not as important? And that is because the matters and affairs have ranks. So they looked at what was more important in order to spend that hour on it. Thus, the wise and insightful Recognize that every moment is like a trust from Allah, and each breath is an opportunity either gained or lost. Time, once gone, can never be reclaimed. And on the Day of Judgment, every second will be accounted for. How then can one afford to waste even an hour on what does not bring them closer to their Lord in acceptance? Indeed, the most successful are those who prioritize their time for that which is most accepted by Allah, acquiring the religious knowledge, and firstly, the necessary knowledge that one needs now, fulfilling the obligations and refraining from the sins, teaching the Islamic knowledge to one's family, friends, neighbors, and others, and working on fixing and purifying one's heart, which is essential for reaching righteousness. Let us therefore take heed and fill our days with deeds that will shine in our record, rather than with regrets over what was spent in heedlessness. For in the end, true success lies in being safe in the grave and on the Day of Judgment, and entering paradise without prior torture. May Allah grant me and you that honor. Ameen, Allahumma ameen, and Allah knows best.